Hello, I am Tanvi. I also go by Tantan, and here I am making my first YouTube video. I basically want to document my journey of creative recovery, and yeah, I am referring to this book called The Artist's Way. This is to kind of help me anchor into a certain sort of structure that is not too harsh, but also helps me tap into my inner child, helps me be more playful and be more audacious. Yeah, that's that. I I am an actor. Did I say that? I'm an actor, and I have been working as an actor for the past 12 years, theater and screen both. And if you're an actor too, or if you're an artist, you'd know that being an artist or being an actor doesn't help with paying bills, and you got to always sort of have a side income of sorts or whatever. And for that very reason, I had been writing for advertising for the longest time. Like it was supposed to be a side gig, but I don't know when it became like my full time gig, and yeah, acting kind of took a back seat, and that is something that's been haunting me. Anyway, to give you a little context about, you know, what my journey has been so far and what brings me here now. I mean, I started working since I was in college, so that was like what 17, I think around 17 years or something. Like when I was 17, early 20s, I went to drama school, but I started with an intercollegiate, obviously. And after drama school, I was working. I was part of some incredible plays, and I was auditioning for screen work as well. But then COVID happened and everything shut down. Um, I did shoot for a really precious film called Ella Manju, which was an independent feature film. It also did festival rounds, it's a film I'm very proud of, and I absolutely enjoyed the process. So that happened. COVID kind of shook things up a little bit as it did for everyone, and it for me it was like it gave me some time off from the rat race of this of Bombay, of the film industry that we sort of get into. So it was a pause. Obviously, the the world was in turmoil, and it was a very bad time. Once COVID, once the lockdown was lifted, I did shoot for a show called Girls Hostel Season 3, playing a primary character, which also again I really enjoyed. So yeah, this was the time where I was really auditioning a lot, and I was getting some very good responses. They weren't materializing all the time, but I was really motivated and inspired to be doing more of it. I would all and the process of auditioning was really fun because I was having fun with it, and not just that, I was the casting director would take a moment to actually appreciate my work, that that was a really good audition. And obviously we know that the casting happens on a lot of there are a lot of factors involved with respect to casting. This was also the time when the social media kind of like boomed. The creator market was booming, something that my friends advised me to get on with, but I strongly resisted. In hindsight, would I do it differently? Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I was in the series of auditions, and there was this one audition that I kind of you know I put my all in. I auditioned for a poster girl, but it was for Amazon Prime and stuff, and they really liked my audition, but my face wasn't like really going with the universe of the world of the show. um, and then they made me audition for the primary character, which I auditioned for happily, and they loved it. But again, I think my I it was like the age group was 16 somethings, and I was obviously in my mid 20s, so that there was a little bit of like a mismatch. But then I was offered the secondary part without having to audition, which I very gladly, willingly, I wanted to take it up. And yeah, there was some problem with, like, it all went through very well with the production house, and this was pre Diwali. I was locked, and all I was waiting was for an email from the production. Um, and post Diwali, when I followed up on that, I was told that the casting director replaced me and got someone else to do it. So that was like that was a big heartbreak actually, and that's kind of really pulled down my gusto to audition. And I think I was just off the market, so to speak, and I stopped auditioning. It was a really tough time, and coincidentally, that was also the time when I had family responsibilities come in, and I had to sort of make money. So yeah, that's the time when I started taking up a lot more advertising gigs, which was paying me. Um, and yeah, this the auditioning bit kind of took a back seat. But it's not that I was fully off the grid. I was making my own work for theatre. I did a play and everything as well. But still, like, it was always like a juggle, you know. Like, I always had to juggle between striking like a good balance between you know, acting and doing work that pays, advertising work that pays. So anyway, I reached a certain threshold. Like, it was just, I was exhausted. Recently I took up like these massive advertising projects, and I was working on 3 to 4 brands at a time, and I realized that, like, I my body was in pain physically, and I just wanted to stop. Because if and I did, and I feel like if I wouldn't have, I probably would have slipped into depression or something. Anyway, I did that, and Feb 2026 I stopped. I quit advertising and I traveled, and of course got a lot of perspective as we always kind of do. Like, travel does that, right? And and um, and here I am on the road to creative recovery with Artist's Way, and this is the first video, the first introduction video before I start my journey. Just wanted to I just wanted to sort of um, I guess talk about what my life has been so far, what this book's about. um, so this book is called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. um, it's called it's a spiritual path to higher creativity. Julia is supposedly the queen of change, and this is actually not my first time doing this course. I did The Artist's Way a few years back, the result of which I don't recall. Like, I don't remember the experience of doing it really well right now, but it will come to me, and I probably will document it in the next videos. But I remember feeling open and good about life and myself. um, I don't think I finished the course. Actually, I think I stopped at like the 8th week. So the thing about this book is that it's structured into 12 weeks, and it's also nice because it kind of puts a certain sense of structure, not in a very controlling or an obsessive way, but more to sort of anchor yourself into something. And for me, I think at this point it's like the perfect book to surrender to, because I'm on a break here. I have a lot of time, and with a lot of time, you can often go haywire. You know, you may feel lost. I mean, I'm already feeling lost. You know, I am kind of lost, which is a good thing, which means I will get to the other side at some point. But I just want to utilize this time better. Um, so yeah, where was I? I was yeah, the book, and you know, I've last few days I've been feeling a certain sense of, like, I've been feeling butterflies in my stomach. You know, the kind of butterflies when you are actually going to jump off a mountain into the river. You know, and I've had that experience. I can't swim um, fully, but there was this time where I was out with friends, and there was this waterfall area, and they were all sort of jumping into the river, and I really wanted to, but I was so scared. But I did it. I still did it, and multiple times. It was a lot of fun. But I think I'm somewhere in that space where I need to take the leap. You know, and you know what they say. You know what they say. They say leap, and the net appears. And I guess that's it for me, about me right now. Like, I'm lost, and I'm waiting for the net to appear as I take the leap. Um, yeah. What I really like about this book is that it gives you these tools to access your creativity, to tap into the, you know, dormant parts of your inner psyche, not in a very like serious and dark way, but in a more playful, gentle, tender way. um, it's nice because it motivates you to be yourself. I mean, there's a line that really speaks to me in this book, and it goes like this: um, we mourn the self we abandoned. Let it sink in for a bit. We mourn the self we abandoned. And I have abandoned myself. I know that I have. But I do want to come back to myself. And the next line says, we greet the self as we might greet a lover at the end of a long and costly war. and I hope that I can meet myself exactly like that at the end of this course. I'm in a place where it's also a lot of, a lot of, like, I've lived a life. I'm 30. I've lived a life, so there's a lot of sort of notions that I carry about myself, about art, about society, about the world. Um, that does stop me from really going for it, and I really want to like shed those things this time. I want to be what I am expecting to uncover from this book this time is I want to be audacious. I want to play more. I want to be myself. I want to be out there. I want to be doing things. Um, one thing that really sort of one beautiful thing that happened to me was the travels, right? Like I said, I was traveling earlier. I went to London, and there hasn't been a day that I have stayed indoors. Like every day I would go out. I would venture into the city, sometimes with friends, but mostly by myself, and I would see the city, explore the lanes. I just really wanted to understand the pulse of the city, and trust me, magic has happened. And I wish that I did more of that in Bombay. Like I was just out there a lot more. But I guess that's what happens with like familiar fields, right? Like familiar places, you kind of take it for granted. But I really want to sort of tap into that as I did in London, because trust me, like I would think about something and then I'd forget about it, and I would be on my way to, like, I don't know, an art gallery or something, and then it would it would come to me, like it would manifest. If I wanted something, then I would weirdly just get it out of nowhere, or I'm seeking for answers and I would get an answer. And that's it. I guess we need to be moving. We need to be doing things as we sort of seek answers, and we look to build a dream life. But we got to be moving for the magic to happen. That's when magic will happen, when we do things. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm expecting to have or create by the end of this book, is to build my dream life. Yeah, I don't want to play small anymore. I really want to go for what I want, all guns blazing, no resistance, which is going to be so hard, I know. But yeah, so I spoke about going out, and I also spoke about getting to the other side. And two basic and the most fundamental tools of this book are morning pages and artist state. Morning pages is basically where you sort of the very first thing you do in the morning is write 3 pages of anything, like whatever's in your mind. It's basically a stream of consciousness, journal entry, and it's just it could be anything. Like it doesn't have to be poetic. Nobody has to read it. But you just need to write it. And as Julia says, you write these 3 pages to get to the other side. And honestly, I've been doing it for the last 8 years, and it has just been so good for me. So that's something I want to continue doing. And the one thing I didn't do last time was the artist states. The last time I was doing this course was the artist states, and I wish I did it more. And clearly I need to do it more given my experience in London. I want to be going out on dates with myself a lot more, to be exploring the city, to just get inspiration, be inspired, and meet new people, and have an open heart, play, all of that. Yeah, so like I said, the book is structured. It's a 12-week course, and every week is structured. And today is my first day of the first week. I don't want to talk about my day today as such, because I would like to document the week at the end of the week. And so maybe I will be putting up this video, not the next video, on Monday. So every Monday is something I'm hoping to sort of put up this video. Honestly, I don't even know who I'm speaking to. I just want to document my journey, and through this, if I build a community, I'll be very happy, and if not, that's fine too. It's mostly for accountability for myself. I want to end this video by an excerpt in this book. So there's an excerpt called "Filling the Well, Stocking the Pond," and it's basically about where we get our inspiration from, and how does one create, where does an idea germinate from. And it goes like this: art is born in attention. Its midwife is detail. Art may seem to spring from pain, but perhaps that is because pain serves to focus our attention onto details. For instance, the excruciatingly beautiful curve of a lost lover's neck. Art may seem to involve broad strokes, grand schemes, great plans, but it is the attention to detail that stays with us. The singular image is what haunts us and becomes art. Even in the midst of pain, this singular image brings delight. The artist who tells you different is lying. Yeah. So I guess I too am in search of that singular image to be inspired by. Um, and I hope that I can find one too many singular images that will help me shape my life and um, you know build build the dream life I have been imagining for the longest time. Anyway, that's me signing off, and I will see you soon. Love, Tan Tan.